for us to practice. So today's today's one is 27. 27, it says the life of non-discrimination, or the life of non-discretion. Discretion. So, as I just mentioned about, although we are exactly we ourselves, no doubt at all, but unfortunately, very unfortunately, we don't know much about who we are. This is such a miserable thing. The most miserable thing. You see? We are exactly ourselves, but unfortunately, we don't know much about who we are. Very simple, very simple. This is the Shakyamuni Buddha saying enlightenment. You see, when I face this become, I just become what I face. This is the true ourselves. Very simple. Very simple. See, the thing says, although I say this, whether you will be able to accept what I say or not. This is the main thing. Very simple. When I face this, I just become this. This is true myself, true self. Right now, right? When I say so, whether you will be able to accept what I said without any doubt or not. This is if you can just accept what I said, that's it. Finish. Everything is disappearing, and then only what you just faced to death. Then you will be completely satisfied with yourself, and you feel great ease without any trouble, any question at all. Very simple. Things is very simple. Very simple. All those things is very easy, simple. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to realize what I said. See, that's the reason we need to practice Zazen. Only Zazen. We will be able to just realize who we are. What I just mentioned, what Shakyamuni Buddha does teach us. See, only Zazen, only that. So if you just really want to know, realize who you are, I would like to recommend you to do this Zazen. See, so many people have been doing, well, they're doing Zazen right now, or in past. But what people just think about, maybe someday, as long as the doing Zazen, we'll be able to realize what the Shakyamuni Buddha did. But this is totally misunderstood. See, there is a certain way how to do Zazen. Otherwise, you may not be able to just realize the truth. No? So this Zazen, you have to do it. You have to do it. Then you'll be able to just realize what Shakyamuni Buddha realized. Right. So what the Jinen Roshi say is, it is a life now that you recognize yourself and others. This is what the normal people just doing in daily life. So people just think about, oh, this is a this. This is the people thinking this is an opposite. This is a other. This is a thing. See, and then this is a kind of self. This is a I am our. So there is a complete separation between this and this. See, this kind of discretion. Without this kind of discretion, you'll never be able to just recognize that. This is a function of a recognition of consciousness. See, so you just when you face this, you just recognize this, and then at the same time you recognize this. But before you recognize this never exists at all anywhere. Very simple, but the things so quickly, so swiftly just happen. You see, when I face this, there is no separation at all, no separation at all. Then you just recognize almost the same time you just recognize this. At the same time, this recognize also you recognize this, and there is certain separation between this and this. Then you just simply recognize this one as I or the self. And then you just recognize this one as others or the object. This is not a truth. That is not a reality. This is just a creation or imagination of a thinking. So this is a delusion. The people just this delusion. People think about the truth. Then people just completely deceived by thinking and thought. This is a cause of suffering. This is a cause of our suffering. This misunderstanding. This is simply misunderstanding, not reality, not truth. So it is a life now that you recognize yourself and others with a function of recognition of function of consciousness. This is another truth. This is another truth. When you really study some more, so this study is not the reading a book or getting the kind of this kind of study. They're completely useless. What Zen Master Dogen says, what Zen Master Dogen says, see, if you just study, if you want to study the way of Buddha or the way of Buddha, you simply study yourself. This study, see, how you can just study yourself is when you face this, you just become this. When you face this, you just become this. This kind of study. When I clap my hand, you simply just become this sound. Why do you have to be like this? When you face this, you simply become this. When you face this, you simply become this. You see, when you hear just this sound, this, you just simply become this sound itself. Why do you have to become like this? Very funny, strange, wonderful. See, people never just think about like that. People think always, that's a natural, not much the kind of a separation. Take for granted. See, kind of a separation for people. That kind of separation we're taking for granted, so that the people never just have any question, But this was super wondrous, super funny, strange things. Without doing, you just see, you just face things. Simply you just become this, without doing anything. Why is it? See, if you have the question with this, you'll be able to solve this question. The first person who just solved this question is Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni. Face this. This is the thing. See, you realize what he just realized is before, as I just mentioned, before we just recognize this never exists. What we think about the self never exists. Then, when you just recognize this, at the same time you recognize this. Otherwise, we never able to just recognize this. This is a function of recognition. So, as long as you just recognize the things, there is two things. The things of the objects being recognized, and the person who just recognizes. Otherwise, you never just recognize anything. So two things. Always two things just happen. But that is not true. That's a creation of the thinking of the thoughts. Before you recognize this, things is just, see, this one and this is no separation, just as one. No different, no separation at all. Then you recognize this. Then you recognize at the same time you recognize this. Then separation. See, discretion happens. But before you recognize this, no separation, no discretion at all. This is a very important. Last things the Shakyamuni Buddha realized. Because you recognize this, then you recognize. No. After you recognize this, and then you just at the same time you recognize this. But before you recognize this will never exist. Never exists. This is a reality. This is a completely reality. What's going on here? Without what we think about the self, without what we think about the self, everything's going on. Everything going on. When you really study some more, you will come to know that there is a life without the others world. This is a completely true. This is a reality right now, right? Then then you just recognize that kind of state, that kind of condition. Then kind of separation happens. But that's a rage. That's the after recognition. That's happen. But before recognition, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Right. This is very important. So this is as I just mentioned, this misunderstanding causes trouble, question, problem, suffering, whatever. What people are thinking about suffering. So that's the reason Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs just recommended us to do that. Since that's the only reason you can just realize this this misunderstanding. See? Oh, that's a completely misunderstanding. See? That's the only creation of the thinking of it. So that is not true. Then you'll be completely satisfied with your present self. Right. By saying fact, the world of others will disappear. By saying the fact, by saying the reality, by saying the truth is when you face death, it just simply becomes death. This itself. This is a fact. See? This fact, this reality, you never just lose. See? And whatever you are, whatever you are doing, see, this fact never separates from you. Whatever you are doing, wherever you are, always this fact, this truth, this reality, always reaching. Why this fact, this reality, this truth always be with you? Because this thing is your truth. See, your truth never just separates from yourself. See? When you face this, become this, because this fact is your truth right now. Not what's thinking for others. Not people thinking about this one. When you face this, you just simply become this, because this fact, this truth is your true self. That's most people just misunderstand. You totally misunderstand. Totally misunderstand. That's the reason people just have a trouble, question, confusion, because of this misunderstanding. A dog can be the other dog. While playing with the dog, the consciousness of recognizing him as the other is getting weak, and the relation between a dog and a human being will vanish. When I face this, see, take a look at this. See, then this and this totally vanish. You see, we don't know much of which is which. But once you just recognize the kind of separation just happen. See, before you recognize this, as I just mentioned, there is no separation. You don't know much of which is which. Then you just recognize this. Then this one just, at the same time, this one just happen, come out. You see, when you just play with a dog, so you don't know much about which is it is. But once you just go, oh, this is dog, the separation. See, this recognition, this consciousness, this causes us trouble. This causes us a kind of a discretion. You're making a kind of discretion before recognition, no separation. So there is nothing exists. Nothing existing in all what we think about ourselves. Nothing existing. So after recognition, kind of self, what you think about self just come out. That is not a true. That's a imagination or a delusion of the thinking. But so that is not true. Never be deceived by your thinking as well. When you play with kids, and start to play once, there is no longer any difference between an adult and a kid, as you have harmonized with the kid. See? When you just to play with the kid, you don't know much about which is which. This is a non-discrimination, non-disharmony. See, completely become one. See, this is the truth of the universe. See, this truth, these are the function, this action. Only this function or this action just exists in the universe. None of others. What we just think about this kind of that kind of thing never happen. Just happen in your mind. Just happen in your mind. Only in your mind. Nothing concerned with what's going on here. So, never be deceived or never be fooled by your thinking or thought. When you play with a kid and start to play once, there is no longer any difference between an adult and a kid, as you have harmonized with kid, become one. Always, see what the truth of universe is. We have to act. We have to act with others, becoming one. See, becoming one. Then everything is coming out. See, becoming one. After becoming one, everything is coming out. One, not seven, not two or three. Or anytime when it does things come, when things come out, the two things or three things or four things are becoming one. Then things come out. This is the truth of the universe. While you cannot be one with others, while you cannot be one with others, you draw a line to separate from others somewhere inside you. See, as long as you are, or as long as you just become one, this is a fundamental, the fundamental truth of the universe. But thinking or thought, see, as I just mentioned, as long as the thinking or the thought, there is two things that happen Otherwise, you never be able to just recognize others. So two things, separate, separation. So if you, whatever you're doing, see, there's a kind of a separation just happen or happy. So you feel very, very unease. Unease is a kind of a discrimination just happen, or this harmony happen. See, because of separation. See, once you just become one, so you feel very harmonized. You feel very non-discriminated. See, completely become one. See? So you feel very satisfied, and you feel very ease, very ease. See? This is a first. See, this is when I face this, you simply just become this one. There's no separation at all. So, yeah, so you don't know much about whether you are just feel ease or satisfied. That's much weird. Completely feel ease and satisfied. Then you just recognize this kind of separation. Then you feel kind of unease. Never just satisfied with a kind of a situation right now, right here. So once, kind of what we think about the self just dropped away. Once just dropped away, then you completely just become one with everything. This kind of experience, at least we need. This is that. What we thinking about, what we thinking about ourselves, just dropped away. And then you feel very satisfied. You feel very ease with everything, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you feel very ease and satisfied. Right. Okay. While you cannot be one with others, you draw a line to separate from others somewhere inside you, which causes the feeling of awkwardness. Uncomfortable. Whatever you do, very uncomfortable. Never be able to just completely comfortable with the other. You are in doubt about yourself. You cannot be saved by others. You are saved by yourself with the strength of yours. See, it is fundamentally, essentially, we are completely peace. We are completely peaceful because there is no separation. There is no separation between the things and what we thinking about ourselves. No separation. There is no others at all. There is no others at all. It means there is what we say. There is not what we just thinking about ourselves. The self. So nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. So this is a completely peace. Completely peace. This is our fundamental truth. This is our true self. What we are thinking about ourselves, the self is the kind of, as I just mentioned, the kind of creation or imagination or thinking or thought. That is never true. So you are in doubt about yourself. As long as you have a kind of doubt or question with yourself, see, you never save. You never save others because you always contemplation and guidance. You feel always confused whether you have to do this or the kind of the confusion just happens. You cannot do what you have to do. See, this kind of hesitation, always a kind of hesitation happens. So you simply do, you cannot simply do what you have to do. So you cannot save others. If you completely forget what you think about the self, then you will be able to save others. As long as the kind of self exists, you never be saved. You never be able to save the others. Right? You try to. Yourself by yourself with the strength of yours, because as I mentioned, we are completely peace. So that's it. This is a strength of ours. The strength of, and this is the strength of ours. We are completely peace. Nothing trouble, nothing question, nothing problem, nothing suffering. This is our truth. So that we'll be able to do anything as we want to. So we can save others as much as possible. We don't care much as a kind of a way of thinking. We can do anything. That is why it is certain. It is not. It is certain. You see, this is our the fundamental, essential function, activity. Completely peace, without any trouble, with any question, any problem. Because you say you are by yourself, huh? You all know whether you are saved or not. You see, if you accomplish practice with Zazen, see, you simply just realize you are completely saved. See, you are completely saved. You can just you can just realize this fact. See, no longer you simply just saved. You simply saved, completely saved, without any trouble, question at all. This reality, this fact, you'll be able to obtain if you just certainly, sincerely just practice it. Zazen, you'll be able to obtain. You'll be able to obtain this fact, this truth. You will completely saved. Oh, okay. It is such a certain way. It is such a certain way. The teaching of the Buddha is. See, that's the reason the teachings of Buddha, the way of Buddha is completely completely at a certain way of practicing. If you really want to save yourself, if you want to be satisfied with yourself, see, the Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs just recommend you to Zazen. Because this reason, you'll be completely free from everything without any trouble, any doubt. In the world, the main torment is to be separate from things. There is this, as long as there is a separation. Even you are just the socially, financially, people say you are such a great person. Even you are said so. You never be able to just feel ease and satisfied. See, because this separation, you and the others just separated. As long as this separation within yourself, you never be able to just feel ease and feel satisfied. You never be able to do it. See, once there is no separation between this and this, then you completely satisfied with everything. And you completely accept everything. Also, you just accept everything, any condition, any state. You see, you just accept. Okay. In the world, the main torment is to be separate from things. The most ease is to be one with things. No separation, no discretion at all. See, this is that. Although we are just, there is no separation between this and this, this and this. The people just after recognition, people just recognize the things is others. This one is just people just recognize that. Then the kind of separation just happens. Before recognition, no separation at all. Very fortunate. But even you just understand what I say in concept or in your thinking or thought, you never be able to satisfy with that. So just do zazen. Doing zazen is very simple. You can do it anywhere. kind of a space, kind of a small, tiny, small space of your life. Then you simply sit. And then if you just, if you feel that the legs very harmful, just you can use a chair. Chair will be all right. You see, posture. Posture doesn't mean anything. Your mind. Although Zen Master Dogen just teaching us how to sit zazen, but kind of instruction of how long we'll be able to just sit, or how comfortable we can sit. Well, that much you'll be able to just understand. That's enough. But most important thing is what the zazen is whatever thinking or thought just come out in your mind. Simply let's go, then all are there. This is the main thing. This doesn't you have to do. Otherwise, you never be able to just satisfy, or you never be able to just realize who you are. This doesn't. this Zazen. So you don't need to worry about the kind of setting or kind of things about the the Master Dogen mentioned, but simply just sit. More, you can just lie down, lay down with your life. As long as you just open your eyes. See, that's Zazen. Still Zazen. The thing is thinking or thought. See, when you sit thinking, thinking or thought come out. When you're doing anything, the thinking also just come out. So simply you just let's go then about the just simply throw them away as the this thing is Zazen. This is Zazen. Okay. So you can do Zazen anyway. Okay. But sitting is a basic. Sitting is a basic. So if you can just do Zazen as it is, as it is. So whatever you're doing, the activity or the action becomes Zazen. Okay, becomes Zazen. So that the sitting is not much important. So that whatever you just, whenever you're free, I just recommend you to do Zazen. Zazen is very easy, but you know much about it. It's very difficult to do. Although it's very difficult, just do it. If you just simply want to realize who you are, okay, only Zazen you'll be able to do. You'll be able to realize who you without anything. Just sitting. you don't need to anything. You don't need to anything. Just simple sitting. This is very, very easy. See, why don't you think about another practice? You need this, kind of need, kind of necessity just happen. But as long as it doesn't, very just say, this is enough. Okay. So that is very recommendable. But very hard one, but although although it looks very hard, it's very hard to do, but kind of diligently just do it. Then someday you'll be able to encounter through yourself. This through yourself is completely different from what you were thinking about the self. Completely different. Right. That's the reason Zazen is a very valuable to do for us. You see, completely different. Yeah. So if you just want to encounter this to yourself, see, from now, right now, just do Zazen. That is the only way you can just encounter these two selves. Hi. Hi, thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Gracias. Danke schön. Arigato. Sheshe. So many things. So next month. Today is the last of this month. So next month. So we'll be able to just see each other, see each other. The meanwhile, you just sit wherever you are, or whenever you are free. Please. Hi, thank you so much. ありがとうございます。Merci beaucoup. Danke schön. Okay,